So what is an income statement and why is it important, especially in a business context? Well, an income statement is a form of financial statement, and it's one of the most common, most used, most important financial statements in business. It can also be used in personal financial management settings as well, but it's predominantly used in business settings. And it's not always necessary to have one, but typically it would be necessary for publicly traded companies or companies that have to do financial reporting to stakeholders of some sort. But even if your business is not required to make an income statement, it can still be really useful just to kind of observe where your business is at. So the financial statement is important because it might be needed in a business context for financial reporting to stakeholders, as I mentioned, but for startups or businesses seeking loans, those are going to be needed as well to show the lender. So very important in business, regardless of whether that's a startup doing projections or a business that's been around for 100 years and then it's reporting to shareholders. And basically what the income statement does is it shows the income of a business. So the revenue, what's coming in from sales. After that, it's showing the expenses of the business. And now the income statement, unlike a balance sheet, is for a given period of time. So that would be typically for 1 month or for 3 months, which is a quarter, or maybe even 6 months, more commonly for a year, could be 5 years, but it's a time frame. It's a financial reporting period, whereas the balance sheet is just on a single day. And the statement is important because it shows the financial performance of the business. Ultimately, at the very bottom, it shows the net income. So it's great for reporting to stakeholders and also for business owners or managers to observe how the business is doing and making sure that it is profitable. And so now I'm just going to give a demonstration on a very simplified income statement just to show you what that looks like. Okay, so just giving a quick demonstration here on an income statement. So again, that's a financial statement that shows a breakdown of total revenue and total expenses for a business over a given period of time, typically a month, quarter, or yearly. So an example here, the top of the income statement, you will have the name of the business, you'll have the title of the financial statement, and you'll have the time period. So in this case, I'm just doing an example on a pizzeria for the month of June 2024. The first section would be revenue. So the income statement is showing income. So for revenue, in this example, the pizzeria is going to be selling pizza. So they'll have monthly revenue from pizza sales. Maybe they're tracking their drink sales separately as well. And then maybe they sell some desserts. So for the month of June, this was all the revenue they had from operations, from sales. You make that itemized list, and then you add up the total revenue for each item for that period. So you have total revenue for June from sales is equal to, in this case, $21,200. Next section is expenses. So what is the business spending to operate? So common things would be like rent, wages for employees, purchasing food supplies, maybe paying for insurance and utilities. And again, this is very simplified. Most businesses are going to have a lot more items in each list, but just to show you what a simple one looks like. And then you do the same thing here where you have your itemized list, and then you just show each expense that was added up for the month. Now next, you can just figure out the total expenses for that month for everything on the itemized list or every expense the business has for operations. And then lastly, you show net income. So for this example, in the month of June, this pizzeria had $21,000 and $21,200 in sales and $16,000 in expenses. So the difference between revenue from sales versus expenses is $5,200. So therefore, this business had a positive net income of $5,200. So hopefully that was useful. If it was, please click like. And if you'd like to check out my YouTube channel, I've currently got well over 140 videos that cover business management and business startup topics.